guys, it's Sav here. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys my recipe for stuffed cabbage rolls. I will be having a lot of healthy recipes to share with you guys, some not so healthy, but ever since I started kickboxing, I have been really into eating healthy, organic, just really watching what I put into my body, and I'm ready to share with you guys a lot of those healthy recipes. Keep watching and I'll show you guys what you'll need to do. I have here one head of cabbage, and then I have my cutting board, and underneath that I have 2 mitts to hold the cutting board in place. So what you want to do is you need to score the core of the cabbage. I made a little square here. I already did it earlier. You want to take a sharp knife. Again, please be careful. You want to get in there and then kind of wiggle it around. You don't need to go all the way down. Don't get crazy. If you can get 2 inches down, that's perfect. So then I just kind of switch or turn the knife over, give it a few wiggles, and then I go all the way around until I scored the core. I have a pot of boiling water here, and I'm going to ever so gently drop in my whole head of cabbage. Once I drop that in, I'm actually going to turn down the heat to a light simmer. Please just make sure you get a pot big enough because it will kind of boil over. So I'm ever so gently, as the cabbage leaves start to soften, they should just fall right off. See how easy it is? Because we scored the core, that's why it's so much easier, and the leaves will remain whole and not torn at all. So I like to give them, I don't know, about a minute or so. This whole process should take you no more than 5 minutes. Now this cabbage is actually a little bit bigger than I would usually get, but that's all that they had. So I would actually go a little bit smaller than this. You will need about 15 to 16 pieces of cabbage for this recipe, and we're going to use the rest also for the recipe because we don't want anything to go to waste. Once your cabbage leaves have softened to your liking, you want to go ahead and place them onto a dish towel to dry out. Now we want to take out this middle rib of the cabbage. It's hard to eat and it's going to be hard to roll if you don't remove it. So I just use a pair of kitchen shears, remove most of the rib, and then I just kind of cut it all the way across so that it's even and so that it's easier to roll up. Now you want to keep those excess cabbage pieces and just throw them into the bowl because we are going to use them later, and I'll show you what we're going to do with them. So just continue with all of them until you're done. I have in my large mixing bowl here 12 ounces or 3/4 pound of organic ground turkey. To that I'm going to add 1 chopped carrot, 1 cup of cooked brown rice with quinoa, and now I'm going to freshly grate in some ginger, more or less depending on how much you like it. I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of salt, some freshly cracked black pepper, and also a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Now, I started to mix this before I was even done. This is what happens when you're playing Mario Kart with your kids while you're working. So I did forget 3 key ingredients. I forgot 1 whole green onion chopped, 2 cloves of finely chopped garlic, and finally you'll need half of a medium-sized onion chopped. Mix this all well, and now it's ready to use. Now it's time to roll these up. All you have to do is take a piece of your cut cabbage. You want to make sure that the straight side, or the part that you cut, is facing you or closest to you. And then you want to use about 2 rounded tablespoons for the filling. I'm just going ahead and using my melon baller. It's fast and easy to use that way. And now you just roll it up. Now you don't want to roll it up too tightly or too firmly either, just enough. If you roll them too tight and they're too packed in, then they actually take a bit longer to cook, but that's totally up to you if you want to do it that way. So just roll it up like you would roll up an egg roll. Set this one aside and repeat with the rest. In a little bowl here, I have 1 can of fire roasted tomatoes. I'm adding in some freshly cracked black pepper. Also about 1 tablespoon of Maggi seasoning or soy sauce. Half a teaspoon of oregano. And about 1 tablespoon of flour. And 1 to 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. You can omit this if you're trying to cut out the sugar completely. So mix this well and your sauce is ready. So now I'm just layering the bottom of my crock pot with some of the excess cabbage leaves and also from what we cut out earlier. And then on top of that, I'm going to add the rest of my onion. I'm going to take some of that sauce and just lay it over my onions and my cabbage. This is just so that my cabbage rolls get some of that sauce underneath them. And finally, in will go our beautiful little cabbage rolls. They are so pretty and green and they look like little healthy egg rolls. This recipe will make about 15 cabbage rolls. Now when you're done packing that in there, you want to go ahead and just pour the rest of the sauce over. Now I'm going to get a little crazy. I love spicy food, so I have 2 jalapenos that I'm just going to add in there. You don't have to do this part, it's totally optional. And now my trick for keeping the cabbage rolls nice and moist and it keeps the turkey from drying out, I take some of the remainder cabbage leaves and I place them all over the cabbage rolls. I would do about 2 layers. Cover your crock pot and cook on high for 4 to 5 hours or until cooked to your liking. This particular recipe today took about 5 hours on high. Sometimes it takes 4, or you can cook it on low for up to 8 hours. I don't know about you guys, but just from looking at the jalapenos, my mouth is salivating because I like it spicy. I hope you guys enjoyed the recipe. Thanks for watching.